Hello Pisces, it's Kay Loves Tarot. Right, let's get stuck into your November reads. So, apologies, these are out a little bit later than I wanted. So, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Pisces. Month in November 2019. 12 card spread for Pisces, please. Pisces. Sorry about that, I just had to pause it for a second. It was my mother on the phone. Right, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Pisces. Alright, let's take a gander for the month of November. Pisces, Ten of Swords, Empress reversed, Eight of Swords, Lovers reversed, Devil reversed, Strength. 3 major arcana that week. Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, Queen of Pentacles reversed, the Hierophant, the Star both reversed, and the Queen of Wands. Alright, you're being forced to take action on something that you don't want to. Or that you feel you shouldn't have had to. So, let's start here. I mean, it's progression throughout November. And this top row is what's crowning, what's on your mind. The middle row is the reality around you. And the bottom row is an explanation. It's a reason why. Because there's so many major arcana, I would usually clarify. But to be fair, I think I've got the gist of what's going on. That's what it's about, just getting the right message across. So, Pisces. Seems like you've managed to pull your sen out of the shit in some way when it comes to healing. So whether that's healing from exes or whether that's healing from... Because we have Pentacles here, maybe finances as well. And the Empress in the reverse, this is either you or someone close to you that's just not been able to sort of nurture anything, not been able to do anything. There may have been a lack of motivation, there may have been, because we have the Devil next to it, and I know it's in the reverse, but there may have been addictions or bad habits that have gone a bit tits up, let's say. And you're very much in your head about this. It's like, you know you're healing from it, you're working very hard to heal from it, but you're very much in your head regardless. Maybe you've been fighting to keep a relationship going. And you're constantly the one that has to heal things because maybe the partner's always the one that's fucking things up one way or another. I'm just seeing you sort of losing the will to continue at the moment for some of you. If you're single, you've healed, but maybe you still keep meeting these douchebags. Anyway, the Lover's in the reverse, and this can easily be a broken down union. But also, it can be that choice between your heart and your head, and this means having to actually follow your head. What's your head telling you to get out of toxicity? We can't keep going round in circles, and we need the strength to be able to back it up, to get out of bad cycles, bad habits, etc., etc. And then here, what's on your mind is an offer. So we may have received an offer of some sort, or you're making an offer of some sort. Maybe you want to make an offer of some sort to try and fix something yet again. But you've emotionally detached, so maybe you're sort of at a crossroads where, do I continue? Do I offer this or do I not? Or do I accept this offer? Do I not? And I don't really feel like you're very focused on priorities because of this emotional bullshit keep coming back around again. It's like every time this energy comes back around, it throws you off track. And I think that that's why you're forced to take action here. I wonder if you've been plodding on for as long as you can and you just sort of hit this dead end this month where it's like, I cannot keep overlooking this. Whether it's your career, a problem in your career, a problem in your relationship, a problem in your finances, or a problem in your personal life as a whole. I feel like it's external. Someone keeps causing trouble here over and over again. They may not intend to, but they do keep doing it. And maybe you've been overlooking it in some way, and now you're being forced to actually acknowledge what's going on. It's left you feeling a little bit unhopeful, pessimistic about the future, and it is bothering you. You do have to act on it. I'm just not convinced you know how. The Queen does the right thing, though. So you know you've got to do the right thing. And the Hierophant really is, I'm not, you guys sort of saying, I'm not committing to anything that's not serving me anymore. Let me just clarify a couple of these. So yeah, with the Seven of Cups, you know you cannot keep nurturing bad behaviour. Or bad circumstances, bad people. Some of you, the devil being in the reverse, it's just bad behaviour. We cannot keep going around in this circle. You know, the promise of change is always there, but never delivered. So we have to take a step back. All right, we could offer this very small gesture to say, look, it's not the, you know, if it's a relationship I'm looking at, sort of see saying, look, it's not that I'm completely breaking away. I'm just, you know, it's a small gesture to say, look, we're still committed, but emotionally, I'm backing away. Why? Because I've lost focus on my priorities. And I feel some of you say that. Whatever circumstances says, you've been going round and round in circles with. Emotionally, you are detaching. Physically, there is still a commitment there to whatever this is, whether it's a relationship, whether it's to work, whether it's to family. You're just sort of saying, I'm backing off emotionally. Why? Because you know there's a way to get out of this. You just need to find it and see reality for what it really is. I think you already have seen reality for what it really is. And you've definitely got strength backing you. But there is also this pessimism about moving forward. The thing is with the Wheel of Fortune, it's not always about things going in your favour. It's about good timing. And I think that for you, look, she's got the Wheel of Fortune here. She does the right thing because it's the right time to do it. Okay? And the right thing isn't always what you want to do. You have way too many regrets about fickle behaviour, dealing with fickle people, dealing with toxic energies, that you are you're so resilient though, Pisces. Your energy is just coming through like you constantly find a way out. Constant. Here's a way out, here's a way out, here's a way out, here's a way out. Let's just go for it. And you're not living to your full potential because you're constantly getting you sent out of bullshit or constantly bailing somebody else out of bullshit. And I feel like this energy is always put on you. It's nothing that you necessarily do yourself. Okay, you may not help yourself in certain situations, but I feel like this is always external energy that causes problems. Whether, like I say, it's a partner that doesn't change, or, you know, children that don't change, family that don't change, work, bosses that don't change. And we're constantly lumped in the shit, and you always have to be the one to find a way out. And I think this time, you do find a way out. But you make damn clear you will not do it again. I think that this is the last time. And I think that you actually let someone know who you do care about, that if they do this to you again, caring about them isn't going to be enough to keep you to make you stay. I think it is going to come to that point. Because your priorities are all out of whack. Because you're constantly chasing up somebody else's fuck-ups. It is safe for you to love. You thought that. You thought so, didn't you? I've got soulmate there. And I've also given a relationship chance. If this is a personal relationship, you definitely do give it a chance. If this is someone who you're dating who's been messing you around for some time, you know, maybe they keep getting themselves in the shit and you keep having to bail them out. Maybe they're just a very pessimistic person in general and you're constantly having to show them a bit of positivity. And it's trying on your emotions. Do you know what I mean? I think there is a bond to this person and I think it's unmistakable. And I think for some of you genuinely are getting to know a soulmate or you are with a soulmate. And I think that you do want to give it a chance. But it will be the last chance. That's my point. It will be the last chance. We cannot keep doing this. We cannot keep going around in these circles. I've got friendliness there. Patience. And I've also got satisfaction. You are done with being just satisfied with things. You've been too friendly. You've been too patient. Some of you deserve a medal for the patience of a saint. Whoever this person is, the love is there, clearly. The appreciation is there, clearly. And that's what keeps you hanging on. Because the good times do outweigh the bad. But when there are bad times, it's too often. It happens too often. You are... Alright, let's look at, say, for example, say if you're in a partnership where money's a problem. We have the devil here, so maybe loans keep getting took out. Every time you clear them, they go and get another. Every time you clear them, they go and get another. This is just an example. For example, you know, they're a drinker. Every time you get them off the drink and get them sober, they fuck up again. Every time you do this, they fuck up again. You're constantly trying to fix the problem. If this is a work problem, you know it's a good job. You know you're meant to be doing what you're doing. But the people around you, every time they fuck something up, you have to fix it. Every time they fix something up, you have to fix it. Some of you, it's part of your job, but there are mistakes that don't need to be made if people just learn to do the fucking job properly. You know, again, you've had enough patience. You're sick of just being satisfied with what you're doing. You want to be able to thrive in what you're doing. You know, that's what this is about. Whether it's a relationship, a job, whatever. A friendship, it doesn't matter. It can be so much more than it is if somebody just fucking stopped messing everything up. Some of you are in a really nice relationship and you've got some family member that's interfering left, right and centre. Maybe you're on the outside looking in and you're sick of helping other people, you know, when you don't get anything in return. And they keep making the same mistake and you keep having to bail them out. Maybe it's a child. Maybe you're constantly telling your kids to do something. They say they will, it's okay for a day, and then things are back to square one again. You know, it's along those lines. It's repetitive. It's very repetitive, Pisces. One way or another, something's going to give this month and you're going to snap. And it will be the last time. I don't think you're going to issue this threat again at some point soon. I think this is going to be like, right, this shit changes now or else. And you know that by rectifying this situation, you're not only doing it because you love yourself, you're doing it because you love them too. And you expect better. I just see Pisces being pushed constantly down because of somebody else's cock up here. I'm going to have to leave it there for now, Pisces. These are just the energies you're facing this month. It's crunch time. It's ultimatum time. It's last chance and last chance only. We ain't doing this again. If anyone's personal reading, my email is on the screen at the bottom. I do have availability, so feel free to email and we'll get you booked in. I'm doing Monday Funday tonight, so if anybody's been curious about as to why I've not been on YouTube for the last couple of weeks, I'm going to tell all tonight. If you're watching this on the 11th, then yeah, you'll see me tonight at 9 p.m. UK time. Please do join us. We're going to do a quiz and, you know, freebie readings and stuff. Anywho, I'm going to leave that there. I wish you guys all the best. Things will go back to normal in December. We'll do the first half and second half as normal. All the best, you lot. Bye-bye for now.